When the Monza hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Ascari. All right, Monza's coming up. Last time we went here, I think the guide I was able to make a 150.99. This time, I'm very happy that I was able to get a 149.989. So I think the fast guys will be doing 48s. This was at the end of a fuel load, so like right towards the end of the race. But I think it's indicative of how to go. I was able to get like a 50.2 or 19 in there, like more with a mid amount of fuel. But like I said, very happy with this time. Hopefully you'll be able to kind of hone in on that as the week goes on. But let's go ahead and we'll show you the quick lap I did. I'll talk about, then we'll go through again, slow-mo, and talk about what's going on in my brain when we did it. And then we'll come back for some final thoughts. Here we go.
That lap time was 150.31. You got about 3 laps of fuel left. You're now 0.12 off your best. Sector 1 is a 10th off your pace. Sector 2 time is quick. Watch your speed. That was 150.00, 2 laps of fuel remaining. Good lap, that's your best in the session.
All right, Porsche Cup at Monza. Fixed setup. We have moved the brake bias back to minus 5.5 on the dash there. I think it's 41.1%. Got us to 149.989. It took a while. We'll go through and talk about how we did it. Start finish rate is flat out. One of the things, we're coming up here to the braking zone. Whenever I goof up, it's always braking too late. End up trying to brake later and it ends up being slower. So it's just, my braking points, like, it's before the 150, after the 200. It's like halfway in between here. I used to try and use like the beginning of these bushes here. I think it's more like right about there that we need to start thinking about braking. And once we start braking, we're going to start downshifting. It's pretty heavy on the brakes here. 5th, and then just kind of ease into the downshifts. I try and spam it, but that doesn't really work. So we're getting down. I'm going to start turning in a little bit, and then we'll get down to 1st. We're going to roll over this curb on the right here. Keep that little bit of brake pressure on. We need it to get the car turning. Then we're going to lightly step on the gas a little bit, and then we're going to turn the other direction and tap on the brakes just a smidge to get the car front end gripped up so we can turn the other direction. I'll start rolling on to the power. We're going to wait for the car to come all the rest of the way around, and then we can put the rest of the power on. And just keep turning so we just kind of roll up on this curb here. And full throttle through here. And just hug the right hand side. shortest distance and you don't have any trouble holding this line. So we're just gonna go full throttle through here. Next braking point is same as the other chicane. If you end up trying to brake too late, you just blow the corner and end up being slower. So it's not quite where the bridge is, but a little bit before that. So we're gonna come up here a little bit before the bridge and start braking. Just a smidge before the bridge. This goes for the other bridge too later on. But yeah, we're just downshifting pretty heavy on the brakes. We're gonna end up getting down to second for this corner here. And we're gonna start easing up on the brakes, or we started easing up on the brakes a while ago, but we're even more so here. And just lightly hold that little bit of pressure, and then as we roll up over, we're gonna let go of the brake pressure and put on a little bit of throttle. Just hold that partial throttle there. We can't slam it down yet. We gotta roll up onto this curb on the right here, ease up on the gas just a smidge, and then as the car settles down, we can put the rest of the throttle in. Don't want to go over too far to the left, but we're using as much track as we can. And it's full throttle through here. Not a real good braking point here, unfortunately. There's no 50 marker, I wish there was, but that's kind of where we want to brake. So as we come up here, it's just practice, I think, that has kind of given me a braking point. So like just trying to pick one out here. Maybe where this orange is, like 2 car lengths back, about, it looks like. We're just gonna ease on the brakes just a little bit. It's not a super heavy braking zone here, but we do need to downshift to third. Just hold that little bit of brake pressure as we come through here. And we'll start to get on the throttle partway through. I tapped it a little early there and backed out. And then once we straighten out the wheel, we can go the rest of the way on the throttle. We're gonna come out all the way over to the left here as we come through. And then it's just full throttle to the next braking point, which is gonna be, it's not quite the 50. We'll call this, it's like right about here. We'll call it like 80. No, sorry. 70. 80 would be like right here. So we're just gonna hit the brakes, kind of similar to the other one. This one's a little tougher. We go straight as we hit the most of our braking, then we're start easing off and turning in. We're down to third. Come in. And start getting back on the throttle. Straight on the wheel. We are full throttle already. And this is as much track as you can use. If we go much further over, or any further over, we would have gotten off track there. But then it's just full throttle through here. Up until this bridge. Then we're going into Ascari. And we're just going to brake a little bit before the bridge. Again, it's like if we brake, if erring, I would err on braking earlier than later, just because if you, for these chicanes, if you brake too late, you're just going to blow the corner. So I'm decently heavy on the brakes here. We're going to downshift, we're going to get all the way down to third. And we're easing up already. And just going to hold that little bit of brake pressure as we come around the corner here. Our wheels are going to like barely touch these anti-cuts. Just touch them. We're on the throttle slightly. Come around. And get back full throttle. Turning the wheel in. And we're going to have to lift a smidge as we come over here. We can't take this flat out. I can't take it flat out. But once we get the car in, we'll start to turn the wheel. So now we start to turn the wheel this way. And we're going to clip this. Lift a little bit. You can take that full throttle. I think caution was the better part of valor there. But yeah, now we're full throttle through here. up until we get to the 100 marker, this green patch. I use the green patch more than the 100 marker. But we're just gonna ease on the brakes here. It's pretty deep, like what, 70% there, but then we're just gonna start coming off of it. Right away, we're gonna get down to third around the apex here. We're just easing off on the brakes as we're turning in. And once we come in, hold that little bit of brake pressure, keep the front wheels gripped down. And then we'll start to put some throttle in as we come around there. And then we can just go full throttle. And we're just gonna let the car go all the way out. And I'm bringing it back in for a shorter distance here. If you, yeah. Anyhow, just full throttle through here. And we got ourselves a 149,989. Like I said, very happy with how much I was able to pick up over the last time we were here. That hasn't been the case for all of the, every time that we do one of these. So, like I said, very happy. We'll see if it's enough during the week. Hopefully I'll be able to get more consistent with those times and get them earlier on in the stint. But, yeah, very happy with it. I guess that's all I have to say. Hopefully things will go well. We'll be able to keep our nose clean during the races. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, thumbs down if you didn't. I understand that too. If you think I earned it, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bye.